Science Curriculum. Abiding Heart, Integrated Sense-Based Science and Buddhism. At our teacher training course, we teach the Abiding Heart's science curriculum in 2 steps, or 2 interrelated modules. 1. Foundation Sense-Based Curriculum module. 2. Bringing the Buddhist view, ethics and meditation together with sense-based science module. Excerpts from Foundation Sense-Based Science module.
Tell me, and I'll forget. Show me, and I'm teaching. A definition is what I call brainwashing. You say, believe this because I tell you, not because you understand it. And what we're trying to teach through this style of education is through doing you understand, and you know how to explore the world. You're encouraged to explore the world and discover through your own thinking about it. And that's why I give you these little structures of thinking about things. What did we have? What did we do? What did we observe? And what are the connections between what we did and what happened? So you develop the logic.
A taste of weather and meteorology curriculum. Water, in its different forms, is very much part of the weather. Melt the ice of your concepts so that the fluid water of a free conception can flow. By Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche. We also use the study of water in its different forms as a metaphor to contemplate the mind. When the mind is frozen, we suffer. We constantly go from hope to fear, from liking to hating. When we are able to melt this ice, our mind becomes free, like flowing fluid water. We study climate as a threefold process. A historical review of temperature going back millions of years through the different ages. A taste of Foundation Physics curriculum. Heat, contraction and expansion. Light. Excerpts from teaching Experiential Buddhism together with sense-based science. Phenomenology. Once the trainees completed our Foundation Science Curriculum module and the Experiential Buddhist Foundation course, which they had in semester 1, they were ready to learn how to teach our integrated science and Buddhism curriculum. This included bringing in the Buddhist view, philosophy, Vaibhashika and Sautantrika, ethics, meditation, and contemplative practices. In our innovative science and Buddhism curriculum, we conduct experiments, construct electric circuits, and simple mechanics. We do this together with learning to hypothesize, observe, describe, reflect, and discuss the law of causality, interdependence, consciousness, the 18 dhatus, Vaibhashika philosophical school of thought, and other Buddhist principles. As always, our lessons are peppered with meditation, arts, poetry, literacy, and numeracy. integrating the study of physics, anatomy, and the 18 dhatus. In Abhidharma, a Buddhist text, the 18 dhatus are divided into form, or in this case organ, consciousness, object, or phenomena. As an example, we bring together the study of sound, frequency, physics, the anatomical function of the ear organ, physiology, anatomy, and the ear consciousness, Buddhism. In the Abhidharma Buddhist text, we learn that when sound frequency meets our ear organ, our ear consciousness connects the organ with the object, and we can hear sound. It is our mind consciousness that translates the sound into meaning. Another example, we bring together optics, physics, the anatomical function of the eye organ, anatomy, physiology, and the eye consciousness, Buddhism. The reproductive system and the Buddhist view. The reproductive system and precious human life. When studying how a human life is created from conception to birth, we also have a wonderful opportunity to reflect on the preciousness of human life and the other thoughts that turn the mind away from samsara. The four thoughts. 1. The preciousness of human life. 2. Impermanence. 3. The principle of cause and result. 4. The suffering that is present in ourselves and the world. The stages of pregnancy according to science. In the course of our life, each of us go through major changes. The first is our conception, when the gamete cells from each parent unite to form a zygote, the beginning of our physical body. Our growth is now the fastest it will ever be. Our second major development is our birth, about 40 weeks after conception. The stages of pregnancy according to the Kala Chakra and Tibetan medicine. The heart and the jewel in the lotus. The heart-mind, or chitta, can be described as our thoughts, feelings, subtle thoughts, emotions, personality traits, reactions, and knowing. Feelings are the natural aspects of the heart-mind, with pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral feelings. Our heart awakens when the jewel of the heart rests in the lotus of the heart. This is a beautiful metaphor for describing that the heart awakens when clarity rests in compassion. The respiratory system and mindfulness of breathing meditation. Mindfulness of breathing. Breathing in, we know we are breathing in. Breathing out, we know we are breathing out. Breathing in long, we know we are inhaling long. Breathing out long, we know we are exhaling long. Breathing in short, we know we are inhaling short. Breathing out short, we know we are exhaling short. Breathing in heavy, we know we are inhaling heavy. Breathing out heavy, we know we are exhaling heavy. Breathing in light, we know we are inhaling light. Breathing out light, we know we are exhaling light. Life sciences: zoology, botany, biology, and anatomy. Zoology, Buddha nature, non-violence, and the four immeasurable. When Robin was teaching you, you were working also with sea animals, right? He also brought that in. Okay. Now, please always remember, in whatever we teach, so in this case we're teaching science, there's always going to be meditation. There's always going to be contemplation. Okay, there's always going to be, like, we're going to introduce the knowledge, right? That specific subject in science that we're doing. We're always going to do some meditation that is bridging one way or another the Buddhist view and the Buddhist experience with the science. And there's always going to be a contemplation in order to bring the ethical aspects and the Buddhist aspect. So it's always going to be integrated. It's not going to be meditation here, contemplation here, science here. It's not going to be like that, okay? So always, I want you to think that. Botany, interdependence, and gratitude, or appreciation. Earth sciences: geography, geology, mineralogy, meteorology, astronomy, and horticulture. Geology. We teach geology through the lens of understanding emptiness. Studying the rock cycle is a wonderful example of learning impermanence, interdependence, and multiplicity. We study the cycle of rocks together with interdependence. Things exist in relation to something else. And impermanence. Everything is in constant change. The formation and erosion of rocks and mountains happens when many processes, causes, and conditions come together interdependently and are in a constant state of change. Some changes are subtle, such as erosion of rocks and boulders by wind and water, and some are gross, such as volcanic eruption creating a new island in the ocean. These geological processes created mountains and caves. Mountains can be seen as acupuncture points on the earth, where yogis and great masters of past and present chose to spend their time in retreats, practicing meditation and contemplation. Milarepa, Tibet's great yogi, and the demons in his cave. One day, Milarepa's cave becomes filled with demons. Milarepa has to face the strongest demon amongst this gang. He decides to face his fears, and instead of running away, he puts his head into this demon's mouth. Milarepa surrenders, and in that moment of not resisting, all the demons disappear. Milarepa feels deep peace and brilliant light radiates from his heart. Contemplation. When we stop fighting things, negative emotions go away. The caves of Lapchi in the high Himalayan mountains. Lapchi is located in a remote area in East Nepal, in Dholaka district, near the border with Tibet. Milarepa spent time meditating in the caves above Lapchi, and contemporary yogis choose to renounce worldly things and focus on meditative practices there to progress on the path of liberation, enlightenment. Nupa Rinpoche and the yogis of Lapchi. Nupa Rinpoche, a great Buddhist master yogi, spent many years in retreat in the caves above Lapchi. Following Nupa Rinpoche's example, many of his most dedicated students have committed to a life of long-term retreat in Lapchi. The analogy between rock formation and habit formation. We use the study of rock formation as an analogy to contemplate our experiences with our emotional life and habit formation. The eruption of a volcano leads to formation of rocks and fertile land if the right causes and conditions come together. Habits are formed not in one go, but as a process of many activities that are interconnected and constantly changing. This brings about the solidification and hardening of a habit. A rock cycle can be taken without the judgment of good and bad. Observing our habits, we can reflect on our experiences and habits that lead us towards self-cultivation and those that lead us astray into spiritual materialism or egoism. Linking mineralogy with making natural pigments for Pauba tanka painting.